So here we have the Chassis Unlimited bumper, Mile Marker's Mission Series 12,000 pound winch. It's a synthetic unit, and we have FCK Lightbars Hyper Series pods, which are going to go into the bumper on both sides. Those feature white and amber LEDs, and those are going to be really nice compared to the stock setup on the Super Duty. Now the winch is just a little too high. We're going to have to do something about that. Looks like we're going to have to take off the top section of the winch. To do that, we'll pull the cable, undo the 4 bolts under here, and then relocate it. Two nuts to take off this relay. We will relocate that somewhere on the bumper. So here I am trying to figure out how to mount the controller port and the relay. Well, the first part, that's already kind of figured out because I picked up one of these Mile Marker remotes setups. So I'm going to use some heavy duty Velcro. Let's strap it to the back of this and mount it over here on the inside of the bumper so I can reach in, touch the button, because that's all it takes. And then I'll keep this inside the truck. Now this is charged via USB-C. So that'll always be easy to charge. Don't have to worry about batteries, things like that. And I'll just mount it, boom, to the dash somewhere probably. Now the nice thing about the Mile Marker wireless remote controller is that it just hooks straight up to the standard wired remote control, and it locks that sucker in. We're right on track. We need to mount the winch first. Now it's secured in all 4 corners. The bolt pattern was exactly perfect. It's a standardized 10 by whatever, so Chassis Unlimited nailed that. Now there's these brackets that go over the frame horns on the truck. Again, this is a 2014 Super Duty, and they're gonna go like this, because from here to here is about 39 inches, and that provides plenty of play for that. So we're gonna mock up the hardware on there. Remember, all the 1/2 inch stuff is for mounting the bumper here, and the 3/8 stuff is gonna be for mounting the wings on the sides. Now we do need to mount our winch fairlead, so let's get on that. Now Mile Marker has these kind of cone washers, and so you're gonna wanna put the concave side towards the sheet metal like this. And that way when the nut compresses on top, it's gonna flatten out that washer and provide a little bit of spring tension on that nut to prevent it from backing out. Bastard. Now in the bumper, there is some up and down adjustment. You wanna make sure that none of the edge of the bumper is going to catch the rope. Also, you don't want that drum to have that cable come up and over like this. You want it to go straight out. So you'll need to adjust accordingly. Let's feed the winch cable through the front of the bumper. Jesus. I feel like a magician. It never ends. It never ends. Now, considering that the drum is basically empty, I don't want to set this level with that, so this fairlead is going to have to drop, looks like down to its lowest setting, and that will clear the edge of the bumper, so nothing will be sharp, nothing won't catch or scratch the rope. All the way down is going to be the best setting for us. Man, this thing's so shiny and pretty. I love it. All right, so we've had to accommodate the routing of the wiring for the winch, and been looking for a place to put this. And I found that right in here's a great spot. And I've drilled a couple holes down here, and I've touched up the powder coat with, you can get this at heavymetaloffroad.com. It's our BK08 powder coat touch-up. Works great on all kinds of different black stuff. Now, This will mount inside here, and all of these will be out of the way because right here in this little section, we have this coolant hose that needs to go there. So, but yeah, everything will be out of the way. All right, got a lot of the wiring done here. Jumped ahead, got kind of into it, put the wings on. There's kind of mostly bolted in there, but they are very, very straight through holds. So there's really no alignment to do here. They just are what they are, and that's actually really nice. So we have some Hyper Series pods here from FCK. We have the mile marker 12,000 pound Mission Series winch. We were able to splice into the OEM harness. Not worried about the power consumption because they're LEDs. Here's the relay. Everything's tucked inside pretty nice. These are gonna go up to the battery. So now I'm just trying to figure out what lights to put on here. All right, so for the wings on the front bumper, I've decided to use the FCK Sideliner pods. Now they're asymmetrical, right? They have the side shooters on one side, but not the other. So I'm gonna install them like this. I want the side shooters to go here and here, kind of like an X pattern out of the bumper. And the reason for that is because when they mount in here, I don't want to be side shooting into the edges of the inside of the bumper. That's just a waste of light. So hopefully the pattern looks good out there, but I think it'll be pretty good. Installing your bracketry onto the FCK pods is easy. All you do is grab your bolt with a lock washer. You put it in the side here. Grab one of your nuts. We'll start with the left one. Push that bolt through. And the case holds the nut. There we go. Boom, one side done. The mounting bolt goes in here, and the head of it is held on by these welded pieces. Actually, they're stamped. Okay, we're back after some time after we installed this bumper. And I gotta say, after about a month, this thing's held up pretty good. I've played around at Mountain Mafia, and I bashed this bumper on a big old granite boulder, and it didn't dent it at all. Barely any scratches, so I used the powder coat touch-up paint that we have here at the shop and touched it up real nice. We've had a chance to use the mile marker winch up at Lunch Peak. Some guy was stuck in the snow, and we yanked him out of a deep hole. So the bumper stayed nice and straight here. The winch pulled him out effortlessly, and I'm just really pleased with the amount of compliments I've gotten on this. I've had it at Overland Expo, Pacific Northwest, a couple weeks ago, and I've got a lot of people saying how sick this bumper is. So definitely check out Chassis Unlimited for front and rear bumpers. I mean, they're sick. Catch you at the next one.